the Goryeo Khitan War or the Goryeo War. From 993 to 1019, Ryo and Goryeo fight 3 times over 26 years. It is a war of fate, the war in which Seol-hee, Yang-yu, Kim Suk-hyun, and Kang Kan-chen played an active role. Just looking at the numbers of soldiers' mobility, it was a large-scale war. Afterward, not only Goryeo but all of East Asia, it was an event that had a profound impact for more than a century. Then why Khitans invade Goryeo? Let's find out today. At that time, in Europe, England divided into Scotland and Wales, such as the Holy Roman Empire and the Kingdom of Burgundy. There are many countries that are now gone. Spain is ruled by Muslims. It was a time when the Byzantine Empire divided the East and West. Their dynasty meant Khitan State or Khitan Empire. They also had their own script called Khitan script. With the development of printing technology, the Khitan Tripitaka Koreana was created against the background of manufacturing industry development. Commerce also flourished around the cities in the early days of the founding of the Song Dynasty. The Song Dynasty army, such as Gongda, Banmi, Bungyong, and Yangao, who fought on unification war with excellent generals. It had hundreds of thousands of strong troops. Although the Ryo dynasty ultimately destroyed the Tang dynasty, they did not have the strength to defeat the Song dynasty, which had grown stronger because the Khitan was destroyed. It may feel like a short-lived dynasty, but it lasted 218 years. It is the dynasty that lasted quite a long time. Compared to the dynasty after the Jin and Han period, 296 years of Qing dynasty, 289 years of Tang dynasty. It is the longest period after the third Ming dynasty. Originally, the Khitan people were not large in size and were at a level of a tribal confederation. Like Yuan and Northern Wei, Goryeo, Tutu, Sui dynasty, Tang dynasty, caught up in a war with surrounding powers. The tribe was divided or subjugated and could not gather. However, in 907, the Tang dynasty collapsed and during the period of confusion between China and 5 major Tang countries, Yeoravji became the head of Khitan Federation, strengthening the standing army and make it into your own territory. Hansong was established to establish a military and economic foundation. Hansong is where many Chinese exiles and prisoners live. It was economically prosperous and produced large quantities of salt and iron. At the beginning of the dynasty, Abaoji called himself emperor. Becoming emperor means declaring war with every country. He launched a war of conquest and conquered the rival ethnic group, the Hai people. Kaofu expedition to the Wire in the west. He subjugated them all. He also captured dozens of provinces in Hebei, China. Nayangon Jideshi Yuingang Yusugang family with innate military ability. Later, Tang dynasty general Lee Jong-un blocked King Taejo's path. The relationship between the Liao dynasty and Balhae located on the Korean peninsula. Starting from the reign of King Sun, the 10th king of Balhae, the relationship started to deteriorate significantly. Even looking at Liao, he hated Balhae to the point of saying, "Balhae has been our enemy for generations." As King Taejo advanced into Hebei and Mongolia, he also captured Liang. In 924, Balhae raided Yeoju and killed the governor, Taejo Yeo, who was greatly surprised immediately after being attacked. King Taejo bypassed Balhae's Liaodong defense line and he raised Byeobu and captured it within a few days. Rushed through the northern part of Balhae and surrounded Sangyeong-song fortress. Sangyeong Yangchanbu was captured. In the end, Balhae was destroyed by the Liao dynasty. They founded only 10 years ago. The Liao dynasty established a country called Tonggang. King Taejo Wangon caused the Khitan to destroy Balhae. It was recognized as an unruly country. The Khitan sought to establish diplomatic relations with neighboring Goryeo. In 942, he sent 50 camels as a gift along with an envoy. They exiled all the envoys to the island. All camels were tied up under Gaegyang Bamboo Bridge. It made them starve to death. Diplomatic relations between Korea and Khitan were severed. From the Khitan perspective, in order to clearly suppress the Song dynasty in the central, they had to ensure stability in the rear. There were still Balhae revival forces like Jong'an country because they were resisting the Khitan. Establishing a relationship with Korea in the rear was important. However, Korea continues to observe the remaining forces of Barre. Because the national power was growing, it was difficult to establish a friendly relationship with the khitan. So, because of the interest of both sides, it was a stalemate for a while, and because of this relationship also broke out, Goryeo continues to pursue a northward advanced policy and following the 10th articles of Wangon's teaching while rejecting the khitan. He thought khitan is a country like a beast. They are very different between each other. The language is different, so be careful not to imitate the floating and entire system. Goryeo Wangon's promoted friendship with Northern Song. It began in earnest in 960 during the reign of King Hwangjeong. Communication with the Song dynasty began. At this time, Song cooperated with Goryeo. They attempted to counter the khitan stationed in the north. Jeongan nation founded by Barre refugees. They made peace with the Song dynasty and fought against the khitan. After the unification of the Korean peninsula, Goryeo is still. The centralized system is not complete. Silla nobles, later Baekjeon nobles, Taebong nobles, Goryeo refugees, etc. Goryeo had a sloppy system like a union of local nobles. In a crisis of national existence, literally, regardless of past civil war history, everyone had to work together to stop the khitan invasion. In this process, King Haejong of Goryeo, in addition to inducing emotional unity through the maintenance of the thumbs of three kingdoms for all the people who fought in the war, implemented support for the families of fallen soldiers and excavation of remains for people on the Korean peninsula. For the first time, the people of Goryeo were united. As a result, after winning the war, dynasty revival movements are no longer taking place. Goryeo was a single people toward a stable, centralized state. The test will be whether Goryeo will be transformed. The real dynasty invaded Jeongan in 986. After destroying that place and taking control of all of Manchuria, Goryeo broke up relations with Song. There has been a demand for peace with khitan. In October 993, Suseoning of the Ryo dynasty, he led his large army and invaded Goryeo. At that time, the Ryo dynasty was in a war for supremacy with the Song dynasty. If Goryeo attacked from behind, it will be a difficult situation. Entering into friendship negotiations with Goryeo, they had to end their relationship with the Song dynasty. In other words, the Ryo dynasty was at the time of the first Goryeo-Khitan war. Before defeating the main enemy, the Song dynasty, they was just trying to stabilize the background. They had no intention of wasting national power with Goryeo. Afterward, Khitan was won the war against the Song dynasty to the Ryo dynasty, which entered into an alliance with Jeonnyeon. The Song dynasty treated the Ryo dynasty well and paid tribute. The Ryo dynasty expanded its finance with tax revenue from the Song dynasty. The national power prospers economically and culturally. It has become a powerhouse in Northeast Asia. Now, the relationship with the existing Goryeo. They felt the need to reset and Goryeo broke up relations with Song, the reason for not keeping the promise to respect Liao, in the name of the coup d'etat of Goryeo, which dethroned King Mokjeong of Goryeo. The second invasion was carried out during the reign of King Hyunjong of Goryeo, and the Korean peninsula will be devastated by war. They will find themselves in a situation like a firestorm. The Goryeo-Khitan War was the strongest of its time, even though it was a large-scale war that defeated a large nomadic empire. World historical awareness is almost non-existent. Although Goryeo won the war, it suffered due to the issue. The pattern of passively bowing to the Ryo dynasty continued. This is because the khitan survived for a long time. For pre-modern settled civilization countries, the invasion of 100,000 nomads was catastrophic. So battle that destroyed it so completely was. Even if you search world history, there are not many examples. However, after Goryeo's victory, it did not invade the khitan again. Since then, not much has been known in world history. After Barre fell, Manchuria lost its hegemony without the help of the Central Plains dynasty. The Korean peninsula and the Manchurian nomadic empire was attached. It was the first large-scale war and an all-out war. The second and third wars were literally. It was an all-out war that put the fate of Goryeo on the line. If you found today's video helpful, like and subscribe, notification settings, and please leave a comment of support. Then I'll come to the next video.